And then the robots made sweet love, knowing their town was saved. The end.
Wow.
Uh, I mean, I don't think that's really a scary story per se, but
Why don't you
Yeah.
tell us, Grace, story then?
all right, bet. Like I've had this one cooking for a little while. All right, so
Okay.
I don't know if to start it with once upon a time, but sure, once upon a time, or maybe not too long ago, honestly, there was this guy. Stell, why are you playing Super Mario?
I'm on roll, bro.
Anyways,
Fuck, I don't know.
this individual by the name of Dr. Mass Tapper sought to create something unholy, to create an affront to everything natural. This is fucking Super Mario. Sure, we'll roll with it. And on a stormy night one night in an evil scientist lab, classic shit, you know. As the lightning struck, he pulled the lever. Lightning came down this big conduit and into this machine, and this machine produced the very first version of Autoclone.
I didn't.
God fucking.
I needed a retake. Fuck.
You need
I
a
can't.
what? Why don't you go ask your duplicate back there for some help?
Hold on.
Bro, where am I at right now? Where am I at?
Dude, I just shit my pants from how scary that was.
What?
That's it.
Hey guys, Matt Money here, and welcome back to another episode of Plastic Instruments Monthly. Hope y'all had a great October and a great Halloween. It's hard to believe 2024's end is already starting to peek over the horizon, huh? Regardless, we've got a relatively calm month this time around, with just a handful of different artists dropping for October. So, without any further ado, let's get right into it. Let's switch things up this time and start with a pack release instead. Quartermanche 437, a name that's been here in the customs community for about a full decade by now, and it seems he saw fit to celebrate this with the Quartermanche 437 cover collection. Spanning over a total of 8 songs from various different names, this pack's full of Quart's own takes on various other customs. It's overall a fun download. While we're at it, let's cover something else big too. Firecore 2 Watchtowers is finally out! And Watchtowers, set to release at the end of this year. Yeah, end of this year, Jackie, huh? End of this year, huh, Jackie? Continuing the story where Firecore Shadowburn left off. The god of fire, Vulcan, managed to evade his promise for 600 years, but fate rears its head as he battles a demon for his own world and his own mind. Clocking in at a respectable 20 minutes in length across a 3-act structure, with plenty of variety inside for different skill sets, this is one I can also definitely recommend downloading. Toning down the length and difficulty here, let's check in with NATO. They released a remix of Goulart's Cruisin' with full band and full difficulty. If you're looking for something more easygoing that you can easily enjoy with your friends online, then this one's also a great pick. In addition, there's This Can't Be My Legacy by Random Household Object, a fun exploration of Hit 'em that ramps the difficulty up a bit with some strumming and fretting-based challenges. There's South's Fuck Shit, which was hard enough to warrant a hard chart. You can especially recommend this one if you're really into old-sounding GH3 customs. There's Beyond System, which was also hard enough to come with a hard chart, but that's pretty on par for Chaos CH, no? Reining in the difficulty here a bit, we have May by Sleepy Newt, a name that I haven't gotten to mention in about a year or so. But they're back, and with a new song that's honestly pretty great. Good job, man. And finally, for our individual releases, we have Bone Man by Slide Whistle. It's definitely a, interesting sounding Halloween custom, but clocking in at only about a minute in length, it could prove fun for a small grind for some. But moving on here, we have our artists who released multiple songs this last month, and this time, it's a pretty short list. First off, Wasted CH. Multiversal and Left Freestyle VGH, for their differences, offer a similar experience in both chart and audio. If you're a fan of Wasted's ambient and slightly industrial sound, and a fan of challenging tapping solos, then these two songs may be right up your alley. And finally, we'll end off with Thinger Thing. She dropped, firstly, a remix of Archwick's Hell, reimagining it as a trap custom, something more like you'd hear from Sucky. It's using the same chart from what I can tell, so if you're looking for a challenge that's just like what you already know, but with different audio, then hey, give it a shot. And outside of that, there's an original with The Castle Raid, based on yet another OHB entry over on Battle of the Bits. There's 2 charts here to cover the intense boss battle vibes on display. Overall, it's yet another one I really hope you guys try. And that just about wraps it up for the month. Like I said, smaller this time around, but just before I go, a few small things. Take this as your official reminder that a lot of our research here at the PIM Crew is focused on the PIM discussion channel over in our Discord, Plastic Instruments Central. And yes, you can all post things in there that aren't just your own accomplishments, so if you want to help keep the scope on these videos nice and wide, hop in there and drop some cool accomplishments and any other cool stuff you find. In addition, as the end of the year draws near, we've been starting preliminary work on Rewind. We're going to be opening up a submissions box soon, particularly for people's favorite customs, so keep your eyes peeled for when that opens up. And that covers it. I want to thank you guys for 1 year of your continued support. It's hard to believe it's been that long already. Y'all help keep the dream alive, and I mean it. As always, links to all downloads are found in the description down below. This is Matt Money, signing off.
What up everyone, MattJJ_ here. After that horrendous Australian accent last month, we have promptly fired Conjay, and I'm here to fill in for the Clone Hero accomplishments for October while we find a replacement. We've got a fair bit to go through, so let's jump straight in. To start us off with, we've got a few accomplishments that we missed from the end of September. First up, William CH FC Dreamscape, which is one of my favourite customs, so it's nice to see someone else taking it down. Still in Brazil, Edu got a few things we missed, like Half Juice Hell 150% speed, then also FCing it at 130 with no ghosts. Both are pretty insane FCs in their own right, but the 130 no ghost clip is especially nuts. Later in the month, he FC'd his own chart of Opposition, which is a pretty crazy tech achievement. He then FC'd The Calling at 150% speed, which is a pretty nutty strumming speed up. We also have several montages and clip dumps from September, the first of which was Cyan with Minitage 1, a short little upload spanning a bunch of different skill sets. Dimlix dropped Mega Clip Dump 1, which feels like a montage in itself given that it's like 15 minutes long. Vada did a quick shot and tacked a bunch of clips onto the end of a nutty FC. In this instance it was Madness March 2 at 200% speed. To close off our September catch-up, we have Clip Dump 3 from Flak Jacket, another short upload with some clips that are nothing to scoff at. With that out of the way, we can now get started on October's accomplishments. We've got Dimlix kicking us off with a -1 of Offered Eruption, an unfortunate choke, but fingers crossed we see the FC in November. In typical lean fashion, he got an FC of Fractals at 150% speed, proving once again that he is the GOAT of stupid, hard, slide chordy speed up shit. Really nice FC this one. Amber only uploaded one FC in October, with it being Patterns on the Planet Express 1. Still a very solid accomplishment, and we hope to see her coming back and demolishing again soon. Quickshot went on a tear this month, nabbing a 3-part tech FC of Penga, as well as teching Alex Jones VGH. Both very nice techs showing once again that his skills are not to be underestimated. He then went on to FC Cannon Penis, which is a stupid song, but also such a stupidly clean FC. Very impressive stuff. He also dropped Content Clip Dump Thing 5, with this being another level on top of number 4, some absolutely fucked sections in there. Golden Plate is once again proving his place as one of the top tapping players in the scene, with an FC of Deceiving Paradise at 155% speed, because getting it at 140 earlier in the day wasn't enough for him. He then got a 3-part tech FC of Glaive Chorus Comp, and an FC of Hypnotic, on the same fucking day. I swear this dude just boots up a stream and gets 3 or 4 insane FCs on a row just to flex on us fucking mortals or some shit. Not content with all that, he went and got a -5 on Foib a few days later, which is astounding. Hoping to see that FC pop up soon in my feed. Now if we're talking about tapping goats, we also got to bring up tech goats, right? Elusive had a killer month, kicking it off with Very Good Very Nice by Young Nut, an FC that is indeed very good, very nice, and also very clean. He also FC'd the overchart of Day and Night by Kid Cudi, another ridiculous and very clean FC. He also nabbed a tech FC of What No Effort Sounds Like, and devastatingly got a 100% overstrum on Solus 2. A brutal reverse choke that we hope to see remedied very soon. Good luck on that. Some random dude by the name of Okagi CH got an FC of Weed Cannon. Don't know who this guy is, but it's still a really nice short accomplishment. Jonah GH returned after almost 2 years and FC'd Monster.exe remix, a classic and insanely hard mass tapping chart. Hopefully we see you back around again with some more crazy shit like this. The legend himself, Rob GH, took down Nyleth at 150% speed, which he's labelled as his best FC ever, a very apt claim given how long it took the community to take it down. I wonder if we'll see the Guitar Hero Series 150% speed community FC finally happen anytime soon. Annihilatron is back with an FC of Cascading Orbit at 115% speed, which is over 20 notes per second for almost 6,000 notes. What the actual fuck, man? Speaking of strumming accomplishments, William CH FC'd the Dragon Force Strumming Challenge, an insane compilation of strumming sections from Dragon Force's discography. Tris255 FC'd Tribute of Blood by Gorod at 150% speed, a batshit strum control FC in his own right, let alone if you're including the speed up. Really nice work. Big Body has been going ham on the drums lately, gunning for a full album FC of Colours by Between the Buried and Me. He's already managed to FC Into White Walls, the final and hardest track, maintaining an almost 25,000 note streak before missing. Absolutely absurd, can't wait to see you take this one down. Cyan wins the most interesting and weird FC of the month award, FCing Aria Math by Jebediah Schlatt, whatever the fuck that's meant to mean. Still a pretty nice FC though. For a slightly more serious Cyan accomplishment, he had what I think is the craziest 30-minute run ever, FCing I Heard It Through the Grapevine at 275% speed, I Want You to Want Me and Naive both at 175, and Black Horse and the Cherry Tree at 180. Those last three are particularly special as they help to close off the Band Hero 175% speed community full game FC, a really cool community accomplishment. Cybermoth got a Tech FC of Icosahedron, a solid tapping tech accomplishment and another one of my favourite customs. Brit Billy got a couple clean speed ups this month, claiming Enigma Underchart at 125 and Nottingham Lace at 115. Very nice to see. South once again got 2 tapping speed up FCs in the same day, getting LXR's Hell 150 and Triple X 140. I'm loving all these short form tapping FCs we've been getting recently, keep them coming. Axial Grind and John Taffer pulled out a co-op FC of Flames later in the month, a legendary FC in its own right, and the co-op stuff just making it, that much cooler. Rakshi Boy got an FC of Remember the Oath by Stormbreaker with only 5 ghosts. Very nice to see people going for less traditional FCs with no ghosts. JR Sightread teched the medium chart of HL, which is nothing to scoff at even on medium. That one's a really nice one. The Umbreon came back and FC'd Madness March 2 at 150% speed first try, which is awesome to see that the homie's still kept his skill. Hopefully we see more from him. Now Halloween falls on the last day of October, so naturally we had a surge of Halloween related FCs at the end of the month. So for a quick fire round to close us off, Edu FC'd Halloween Patterns 4+, Quick FC'd Halloween Patterns 2, Bluey FC'd Halloween Puzzles, and Dimlix FC'd Halloween Patterns at 125% speed. That just about wraps us up for October's CH accomplishments. We've had a crazy month filled with all kinds of FCs, and I hope to see just as many come through for November. I'll be right back after the break. This episode of Plastic Instruments Monthly was brought to you by the following sponsors: Y-Fuel, Machines Ballad 5 Divinity, the band Weezer, Matt JJ underscores Gig Vlog series, the Matt Money Slop Minecraft server from Thingaland, and the 15 minutes of time it took me to think of 5 vaguely funny things to put in this skit. And my dog walking around in the background sniffing. Back to the video. Welcome back. It's me again, and now we'll be going over some of the full album FCs from October. September was a record-breaking month, so much so that we created this segment for it, and October smashed that record again with an astounding 51 FCs beating out the 41 from last month. Instead of going over every single accomplishment, we'll be going through the more notable ones, and we urge you to go and check all of these insanely skilled players out for yourself. If we're talking notable, we have to start with one of the most important FCs the community has ever seen. Geometric FC'd the entirety of Guitar Hero 1 in one chart. Yes, you heard that right. Originally just setting out to test the chart in VC, which makes the FC somehow even more absurd, Geo played it for just over 3 hours to FC this monster. This takes the title for longest FC ever, beating out Dark Eye's record that stood for over 4 years. An absolutely mind-boggling FC. Not one to stop there, earlier in the month he FC'd Hypnotized by System of a Down. This was the last un-FC'd System album, and probably the hardest, made harder by the fact that Gio pathed out the entire FC. This FC included Vicinity of Obscenity, second try, regarded to be the hardest System of a Down song, with tricky chording transitioning into a 30 note per second trill. What the fuck? Gio also FC'd the In-Earth discography, only the second time a full discography chart has ever been FC'd. These are all very janky demo recordings with inconsistent tempos, which makes the chart that much harder. He then claimed the second ever FC of Process of a New Decline by Gorod, a 48-minute album with just over 21,000 notes. This entire album's a strum consistency check, with the hardest song being about 2/3 of the way in. To top everything else off, he FC'd V, the New Mythology Suite by Symphony X. This second ever FC is just over an hour long and contains almost 19,000 notes, with your typical Symphony X ridiculousness included. Very tricky riffing and solos throughout, with numerous choke points to navigate. This one is just even more insane. This also marked Gio's 70th full album FC, with him now sitting at 74 as of the end of the month. Bradmaster also pulled some cool numbers, claiming his 60th overall full album FC with The Testament by Seventh Wonder. A 53-minute album playing nicely into the consistency skill set, with tricky songs in the first half and the second last song being a big choke point. This one is a very nice FC. Next up, we have Big Body getting a full album FC on drums with You Won't Go Before You're Supposed To by Knocked Loose. This one is shorter at 28 minutes and just over 10,000 notes, but the double kicks are nothing to scoff at, and some of the fills are pretty brutal, so still a really cool accomplishment. This next one, so I'm told, is regarded in the scene as the best full album FC of all time, so you know you got something big coming. JRH FC'd Ghost of Sparta by Spire of Lazarus, a 39-minute long album with an astonishing 19,000 notes in that time. With triplet tap note strumming, 30 note per second trills and 17 notes per second strumming spread throughout, this chart is constantly throwing challenge after challenge at you, and I can definitely see why this one is considered the best. Insane work, JRH. He also FC'd The Ascending Path by P53, a first ever and the last full album FC from the Diamond in the Rough pack. This 13-minute long EP packs in over 7,000 notes with some insane chording, text strumming, and very fast sweeps throughout, so don't let the short runtime fool you, this is still a really cool feat. The last one we'll cover for October is the longest album of the month. Reincarnation by Galnerius is an hour and 16 minutes long with over 25,000 notes, so it's no surprise that Lilith considers this her best FC. The first and last songs of this album are the two most difficult, with the rest of the album being just a huge consistency check. That brings us to the end of the full album segment for this month. Obviously there were way more FCs in these select few, so please make sure to check out everyone mentioned and everyone else that's also putting in the hard work and grinding out these FCs. Thank you again to Brad Master for helping us put these lists together, you've been a massive help. Please enjoy this brief Lethal Company clip while we prepare the Yarg segment for you.
Can you do fight things or you just gotta run?
You can fight things
When you have a shovel.
when you have a shovel, yeah.
Which is fine.
This room appears to be empty.
Yeah, it was just my dustpan.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
did them just...
I think so.
Oh no.
For Christ's sake.
Hello again. Yes, you're still stuck with the Australian with the iPhone microphone, and I'm here to go over the Yarg accomplishments for October now. Let's not waste any time, we'll get straight into it. Starting off with the official set list, we have 5 releases to go through. Yes, 5, it surprised me too. Starting off with one I missed from September, we had the first installment of Yarg's DLC albums, with Summertide by Alahai. This is a 10-song electropop album, and is the first of many to come. First up for October, we had the second DLC album, with Wonder Kid by J.W. Francis, released at the start of the month. This lo-fi indie rock album had one of its tracks off of it released as a part of Wave 2 of the Yarg set list, so the whole album being added was kind of a logical step here. We also had 2 Keys-focused packs released later in the month, with the Classical Keys 1 and Children's Keys 1 DLC packs. These ones are fairly self-explanatory, containing some fairly difficult piano classics and simple children's nursery rhymes respectively. To close us out for set lists, Wave 9 of the official set list dropped right at the end of the month, with some proper bangers in there. As usual, all of these packs are available to download in the launcher. Now on to accomplishments. Rakshi Boy has been carrying the Yarg grind lately, with FCs of Thunder Battalions by Torian and Broken Illusion by Ancient Bards, both with no ghosts. You know you're a clean player when you're putting ghost counts in all your video titles and they're all single digits. Like, come on. He also got an FC of To the Stars by Twilight Force with only 6 ghosts. Computer Dude is back again with some more Pro Keys FCs, FCing all of the Children's Keys 1 songs, as well as getting an FC of Cowboy Tanaka, which closes off his main set list FC on Pro Keys, or at least it was before Wave 9 released. That's just about it from me for this month. If we've missed anything, please let us know in the Discord server so we can include it in next month's video. As always, I've been MattJJ_. Enjoy the rest of the video.
What's up, guys? It's Gorilla, back again to cover this month's console scene in November 2024. Starting with Rock Band, Subby got an FC of Over and Over. This chart features a wall of strumming over 21 notes per second, as well as a quad zig later into the song. Really cool to see something like this on a Rock Band engine. We also have Infrarain, getting a full game FC of Rock Band 2 Expert Bass on NTSC. Visions is not a joke on this game. Definitely worth checking that FC out. Switching over to Guitar Hero, Asai got a full game FC of GH Smash Hits on Expert Drums. This game features tough tracks like Beast and the Harlot, Raining Blood, and Through the Fire and Flames. Speaking of drummers, Bluebo felt like singing today, and he nailed it. We saw FCs of ABC, American Pie, Tones of Home, and Bohemian Rhapsody. These are some of the hardest vocal charts from Band Hero and Warriors of Rock respectively. Drew got an FC of 1 on GH3. While this isn't his first FC of the song, it does mean he now has all of GH3 done on a single console. Nice job, Drew. Elusive Brody got an FC of The Way It Ends on GH3, proving he could just hit notes on whatever engine he wants. He also got some FCs of some GH Tunes customs, Polar, Neptune, and Exile's Hell, all on GH5. Mr. Electric Nick has been on an absolute rampage, uploading FCs from Cowboys from Hell GH1, Get Ready to Rock GH1, The Way It Ends GH3, Raining Blood GH3, and a full game FC of Guitar Hero 2. It's been quite the month of accomplishments for him. Great work. The absolute legend, John Taffer SH, became the second ever person to FC Solo 2A from I'm the One on Warriors of Rock's engine. This section is absolutely brutal with this game's strumming quirks. Incredible work.
Holy shit, I hit it.
Speaking of Warriors of Rock, Zay finished his full game FC, finishing off with Fury of the Storm.
Nice!
Gammo got 2 different FCs of Through the Fire and Flames, firstly getting the Goliath 25 chart of the song on GH2. This chart of the song predates the GH3 chart, being the truly OG chart of the song. Gammo also did the GH3 chart on GH80s, proving he is the king of GH2's engine. JPrez decided to do a GH2 full game FC speedrun, getting all 64 FCs in the game in just over 8 hours.
Yo, what's up? It's Crazy. I just want to add that JPrez also had a meetup with Asai earlier in the month, and the two of them were able to get the first ever co-op FC of Jordan on GH2. This is one of the most ridiculous stat screens of all time, but what I find more ridiculous is the fact that neither of them even uploaded it. Come on, guys. Back to Gorilla.
Chance has been working hard, getting his second full game FC of Guitar Hero Van Halen, this time being on Xbox 360. On top of that, he also got an FC of Satch Boogie and World Tour PS2. Evil Apple has completed his quest, getting first place on every single song in Guitar Hero 2, at least if you don't count the scores that use the calibration glitch. This is some of the most impressive squeezing we've ever seen documented in this game's history. Absolutely incredible. Now on to the Canadian tag team. We can start with Zuppy, who got Triplet on GH1, Surfing with the Alien in Revolution Death Squad on GH3, Everything But Trogdor on GH2 Xbox, and Detonation from the GH2 DLC. This is such a large amount of cleanup for these games, very glad to see it. We also have Sleeper Wave, who got Everything But Trogdor on GH2 Xbox, Everything But The Devil Went Down to Georgia from GH3 DLC, and oh yeah, he got the full series, full combo. Bro can just not be stopped. Over on Sleeper and Zuppy's co-op channel, they uploaded co-op FCs of all 3 songs from the GH3 Dragon Force pack, which is absolutely insane progress on getting all the DLC co-op FCs. Well, it's time for the big one. Nolan. The man, the myth, the legend. He did it. He actually really did it. One-man band, full series, full combo. Every on-disc song done on Expert with all 4 instruments. Never thought we would live to see the day, but here it is. One day, we may see all the DLC get done too, as Nolan already finished DLC on guitar, bass, and drums, leaving just vocals to grind for the title of Human Band in a Box. Well, that about wraps up the console scene this month. I'm Gorilla, swinging back in my jungle. I'll see you guys next time.